Windy spring day today. Back at it. Saturday afternoon, or Saturday. Yeah, I guess it's Saturday afternoon now. It started Saturday morning, but the old light boxes. I wasn't really sure how this was going to go because I had to cut some old welds, and I was afraid I was going to mess up the back end of the trailer back here. But my angle grinder and 3 different discs did really well. Really pleased with the results. This is the these are the guards. They kind of sat up here like so, and they were I guess protective steps of some kind for the old-fashioned 6-inch wide by, I think it's 3.5-inch tall light boxes. You know, the old lights, the whole housing and light system and everything went there. It had an incandescent bulb in it, I guess, that was originally a halogen. Anyway, I cut these off. You can see I did a pretty doggone good job. What's going in there is an LED strip, and that you know, I could have gotten boxes, you know, taillights or light boxes that were the same size as the old ones, but were LED. But there's no reverse lights in those, and given the fact that she's so long, and I know I'm going to be driving around at night, I do want reverse lights on this, and I did find a sealed strip. I think it is a 10-inch, and it goes like this all the way out to, oh, I guess about here or so. So it goes from here to here. It needed a flat surface. I had to cut the old steps off. It seems like I did a really nice job there. I still got a little bit of an edge here, but I'm out of discs. I've gone through 3 of them. I went through 2 grinding discs and a sanding disc so far, and you can tell there's a lot more that still has to be done. I'll grind this edge a little bit more and then sand the whole thing, both sides. This side actually was much more difficult, but I spent a lot more time, and it is looking smoother. But anyway, so yeah, I'll go ahead and probably run over a grind one more time, and the sanding disc one more time, and then galvanize it, you know, spray galv. And of course, you can really see in the sun today, this area here has been galvanized. You can see how really nice and pretty that comes out. It's kind of sparkly. I don't know what kind of resolution you have, but sort of a sparkle, shine color. Very modern, very cool looking. But anyway, so that's my day today. I got a ton of other stuff to do too, but I wanted to get the chance to be able to work on Liquid Limo's trailer. So she's going to end up with a stop and turn, very thin LED surface mount light that goes right there. That's stop and turn, and it has a built-in reverse light, which is 4 LEDs, and it's like 500 lumens, so it's pretty bright. And then back here, same thing on this side, and then there's also going to be a 3 LED strip that sits in here that indicates that the trailer is over 80 inches, which is all legal. From there, let's see, there's going to be a red light here on the outside, since my strips are going to be buried behind this tab. This tab is for a tie down, holds the boat down during trailering, but there's no reflector on, there's no light on this side. So she does get a light there so that she's legal. She gets a red reflector. I don't know whether I'm going to put it underneath or here or on the tab itself. So anyway, that's that. There's going to be a second mid, let me think about this here. There's going to be, on that one, there's going to be a mid clearance light right there, which is a requirement for all trailers that are over 30 feet long. So she'll have a red light, red reflector. She'll have an amber light and an amber reflector. And I'll I'll probably end up putting them underneath. I'm not sure about the legalities of that, but I'll probably end up putting them underneath, or maybe just aft. I don't know, for whatever, reflector. And then, and it's one of those prismatic sticker reflectors, which would be really cool. And then there's going to be another clearance light here indicating the width. I wish I could combine them because I'm a big fan of as little lights as possible. I want to be 100% legal and very safe, but the more lights there are, the more things there are to go wrong. So in this case though, every light that I'm using is a waterproof light. It is a sealed waterproof light. I'm not using a submersible light. Submersible lights have holes in the bottom of them, and their theory is that when you submerge them, they hold, they're watertight for the same reason that when you invert a glass, and stick it in a bowl of water, the water doesn't go inside. It sort of relies on pressure or whatever, but it's open, And so I'm staying away from the submersibles, even though the new LED submersibles theoretically have a waterproof LED inside of the submersible light. So, everybody's got their method of doing things. My method is completely waterproof, totally sealed, independent unit. Every one of these lights is that way. So 3 LEDs in the back, stop and turn in the back, and then amber, and every one of them has a reflector that goes with it. And then I've discovered that I do not need the red and white sticker here that I thought I did. That red and white sticker indicates that the trailer is over 10,000 pounds gross vehicle weight, and this is not. This is going to end up max about 7,000, but I think it's probably closer to 5,000. I'll have to measure it all out, but my calculations say it's right around 6, empty. So well, no, that's not true. Half full of water and fuel. So anyway, bottom line with it is that I don't need the stickers, so I'm going to stay clear of the stickers, but I do need a front indicator light, front clearance light, which I thought that was going to be a front clearance light, but when you have 12 feet of tongue, because of course it was extended, that would have a hard time passing that's the front of the trailer. And so the boat trailers typically have an indicator light here, and that's how they're selling them. That's how the vast majority of the manufacturers are selling their trailers. And so apparently that's what the DOT prefers, is that there's a amber clearance light right in here somewhere, right up near the front of this. I would even consider putting an amber light, in here, thinking that that's the front of the trailer, but the wiring is pretty much impossible to get to, so it's very difficult to be able to wire the light correctly, feed the wires and all that kind of stuff through a tube like that. I don't know. I might end up going in there. Anyway, that would be the obvious place. That's where everybody puts them, is right up in here. So that's probably what I'm going to do. So she'll have 1, 2, 3 amber lights on each side, on both sides. She'll have a red light in the back. She'll have 2 tail lights, and then triple, the indicator saying that it's over 80 inches wide. Oh, and then the backup lights as well. There will also be a much thicker wire. The wires are coming in from the truck, right? They go through the tongue, and they come out. You can't see here. They come out of that hole right there, and from there they run down the I-beams or whatever. Actually, they're not I-beams; they're actually C-channel, but whatever. The wire runs right down here and goes to each one. So there is going to be a much thicker pair of wires with a third normal sized wire that goes up through here and comes out up here, and there's going to be a plug that comes up the steps. You know, there's a whole winch and step system that comes here, and that's coming from Texas, where they make them really cool. So and that's all galvanized, so that'll be really nice. But anyway, those wires that come up, there will be a plug at the top of the I don't know what you call it. It's a winch post, you know. But there's a plug at the top of the winch post, and the boat gets plugged in. And there's a couple of really cool advantages to actually connecting the electrical system from the truck through the trailer. And of course, the trailer has its lighting systems and everything, but then the electrical system is connected from the trailer, which is coming from the truck, to the boat itself. And forgive my appearance. And Christy said I had a dirty face, so because I've been cutting, you know. But anyway, what all of that does is it allows the alternator and the battery system on the truck to charge the batteries on the boat. And the significance of that is that there's going to be there's a total of 4 batteries that are going to be on Liquid Limo. One is going to be a dedicated starting battery. The other 3 are going to be what they call house batteries, which means that those batteries are the ones that charge our phones, run all the electronics, the TV, the Wi-Fi, let's see, all the lights, you know, the lights, the interior lights, the radios, you know, the stereo. I don't know if we're even really going to have a radio on it. It's going to be Wi-Fi, and that's going to be connected to Slacker and Pandora. But anyway, so those 3 batteries power all of that. So you could park out on the sandbar and theoretically run it for, you know, a couple of days if you wanted to. And even if you wore out the batteries completely, you could still fire it up and go on your merry way. And of course, the engine is going to recharge those batteries automatically. Well, assuming that we're out in the river for the day and we use, you know, a quarter or half of those batteries, you know, we come home and we put the boat up on the trailer and tow it home. Well, now we've got like an hour ride home, and that's an hour's worth of charging from the truck that I want to, you know, I want it to charge. And so that's exactly what that's for. It's actually power that sort of tops off the batteries at every opportunity. And so that's going to be really cool. There's going to be a plug that you actually plug the boat in. Also, the boat has a pretty, sorry, I'm like really self-conscious about this now. But anyway, the boat has a really, you know, has a series of lights, and I don't just mean like marker lights and indicator lights, but the boat also has, you know, interior lights, you know, for cruising around at night and stuff. And there is a series of at least 4 spotlights that are situated around the top deck, and one pointed in each of 90-degree directions. And excuse me, those are LED spots. Those are going to be really cool too, but I think that I want the rear LED spot on the boat to be connected to the circuit that runs the reverse lights, so that when I'm towing the trailer and I bring it in here at night and I put it in reverse, if it's just trailer, I've got the reverse lights, and if the boat's on top of it, then I've got reverse lights in the trailer, and then that LED spotlight comes on too. And that is going to require forethought now while building, such that there is that plug that plugs into the boat. It's going to be a 7 connector plug. There will also be access to the stop lights and indicator lights if I ever want to put stop lights and indicator lights, you know, maybe like tinted ones or something on the boat that you don't normally see, but when it's on the trailer and you're cruising down the road, you've got some serious lights. That seems kind of overkill to me, especially if I've got a really nice system on the trailer. But anyway, it's there. You know, I could put like a 3rd brake light on the boat that is not functional until it's on the boat and on the trailer and plugged in. But anyway, this is all stuff that you have to think about now, and that's why I'm thinking about it now. But all right, so that's it. She's getting a new plug that comes from the truck, goes down the tongue, comes out there, and from there is a whole bunch of wiring that it connects. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, plus 9, 10, 11. 11 lights that are on the trailer, all of them sealed. I'm using tinned wire, which is a special marine wire, and I am not heat shrink tubing these things. I am wire nutting these and filling those wire nuts full of silicone, which is sort of an old fashioned method of doing things, but man, that really makes trailer wiring last, especially if you use tinned wire, which is somewhat corrosion resistant. So hopefully I won't have to mess with these wires very often, because all of the trailers that I deal with on a regular basis, they all have wiring issues constantly, and it's really driving me nuts. I do have a gift from my parents. My parents have gifted me a pair of diamond plate aluminum fenders that will go over, over the tires. They come in different sizes. I think there's 3 or 4 different standard sizes, and I'm not sure that they will fit. I'm not sure that they're going to be the appropriate size for the 13-inch radial tires and wheels that I'm going to be putting on this. But that's a possibility, and so I'm going to be checking that out and seeing if I could fit fenders in here, if it would be appropriate. And even like looking at it, you can see that the wheels are not centered between the stringers or the cross members. Stringers on a boat, but these are cross members. So I'm not sure if I'm going to use them or not, but that's definitely a look-see. So that's it. I'm gonna kind of finish putting it together, and I think next is to well, I think right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start drilling some holes. I've got to drill some holes for wiring in the trailer. That's a new cross member there, and so it does not have holes to be able to receive the wires which go out the cross members. So I've got to make some holes. There's going to be 2 there. Let's see, this stringer right here, or sorry, this cross member never has had a light before because the trailer wasn't long enough to require a light, but now it is. So this old cross member needs to be drilled, and this cross member is original and did have a light, so I do not need to drill it. It actually has a square. I'll show you. You can see there's a square it's been cut out. I don't know how they did that. I thought about using a grinding tool and trying to duplicate it, but I think that's just too much